Title: The Whispering Forest. In a small village nestled at the edge of an ancient whispering forest, lived a young girl named Lily. She had bright, curious eyes the color of emeralds and a heart that overflowed with kindness. Every evening, as the golden sun dipped below the horizon, Lily would sit by her window and listen to the soft rustling of the trees, wondering what secrets the forest held. One warm summer night, as the stars began to twinkle like diamonds in the sky, Lily whispered to herself, "I wish I could explore the forest and make a new friend." With a gentle smile, she pulled on her favorite blue cardigan, tiptoed past her sleeping grandmother, and slipped quietly out the door. The night air was filled with the sweet scent of jasmine and the soft chorus of crickets singing their lullabies. As Lily stepped into the forest, the tall trees seemed to welcome her with open arms, their leaves whispering softly in the breeze. "Hello," Lily called out softly, her voice barely louder than a whisper. "Is anyone there?" To her surprise, a soft, melodic voice replied, "Greetings, young one. What brings you to the whispering forest at this hour?" Lily looked around but saw no one. "Who's there?" she asked, her eyes wide with wonder. From behind a shimmering silver oak emerged a graceful fox with fur as white as snow and eyes that sparkled like sapphires. "I am Felix," the fox said with a gentle bow. "Guardian of the forest." Lily gasped in delight. "A talking fox!" she exclaimed, her face lighting up with excitement. "I've always dreamed of meeting someone like you." Felix chuckled softly. "And I have been waiting for a friend like you," he replied. "Would you like to explore the forest with me?" "Oh, yes, please." Lily clapped her hands, her voice bubbling with joy. As they walked deeper into the forest, the trees glowed with a soft, ethereal light. Fireflies danced around them like tiny lanterns, and the night flowers bloomed with colors more vibrant than any Lily had ever seen. "Everything here is so beautiful," Lily whispered, her eyes shining. Felix nodded. "The forest holds many wonders for those who are kind at heart," he said softly. They came upon a crystal-clear pond where the moonlight shimmered on the surface like liquid silver. Sitting by the edge was a small rabbit, its long ears drooping and eyes filled with sadness. "What's wrong?" Lily asked gently as she knelt beside the rabbit. Startled, the rabbit looked up. "Oh, hello," it said in a tiny, trembling voice. "I've lost my way home and I'm scared of the dark." Felix sat down beside them. "We can help you," he said reassuringly. "Can't we, Lily?" "Of course." Lily smiled warmly. "We'll make sure you get home safely." The rabbit's eyes brightened a little. "Really? You would do that for me?" "Absolutely," Lily replied. Friends help each other. As they set off together, the forest seemed to glow brighter, guiding their path. Lily held the rabbit's paw gently, humming a soft tune to keep his fears at bay. "You're very brave," Felix remarked to Lily as they walked. She looked up at him curiously. "Me? Brave?" He nodded. "It takes courage to venture into the unknown and kindness to help others without hesitation." Lily blushed. "I just want everyone to be happy," she said modestly. After a while, they arrived at a cozy burrow nestled under a large maple tree. The rabbit's face lit up. "This is it." This is my home, he exclaimed, hopping up and down with joy. Thank you so much, the rabbit squeaked, a big smile spreading across his face. How can I ever repay you? Lily laughed softly. Your smile is the best thank you, she said kindly. As they bid farewell to the rabbit, Felix gazed up at the sky. It's getting late, he noted softly. We should head back. Lily nodded, a hint of reluctance in her eyes. I suppose you're right, she sighed. They strolled back through the forest, the sounds of the night wrapping around them like a gentle blanket. Suddenly, a low growl echoed from the shadows. Who's there? Felix called out sharply, his eyes narrowing. From behind the bushes emerged a gray wolf, his eyes glinting. Well, well, the wolf snarled. What do we have here? Lily felt a shiver run down her spine. Felix, she whispered, gripping his fur tightly. Felix stood tall. We mean no harm, he said calmly. We're just passing through. The wolf chuckled darkly. Little fox, this is my part of the forest, he growled. No one passes without my permission. Lily took a deep breath, her voice steady. Please, mister. Wolf, she said softly. We helped a lost rabbit find his way home. Maybe we can help you too. The wolf sneered. Help me? What could a tiny human and a fox possibly offer me? Everyone needs a friend, Lily replied gently. Maybe you're lonely? The wolf's eyes flickered with surprise. Lonely, he scoffed, but there was a hint of sadness in his tone. Felix tilted his head. It's not easy being alone, he said quietly. For a moment, the wolf was silent. Then he sighed, his shoulders slumping. You're right, he admitted in a hushed voice. The other animals fear me. They thin. I'm mean and scary. Lily stepped forward cautiously. Maybe if you showed them kindness, they wouldn't be so afraid, she suggested softly. The wolf looked down. I don't know how, he mumbled. Felix smiled warmly. It's never too late to start, he said encouragingly. Lily reached out her hand. We can be your friends, she offered. Would you like that? The wolf stared at her small hand, his eyes welling up. You would be friends with me? He asked incredulously. Of course, Lily said with a gentle smile. Everyone deserves friends. A single tear rolled down the wolf's cheek. Thank you, he whispered, his voice breaking. Felix nodded. Come walk with us, he invited. Let's enjoy the forest together. As they continued their journey, the wolf's harsh demeanor softened. He listened as Lily told stories about her village, her laughter ringing like sweet bells in the night. You have a lovely voice, the wolf remarked shyly. Thank you, Lily beamed. I love singing and telling stories. Soon they reached the edge of the forest where the first hints of dawn painted the sky with shades of pink and gold. I should get back home before my grandmother wakes up, Lily said thoughtfully. Felix nodded. It was a wonderful adventure, he said softly. The wolf lowered his head. Will I see you again? He asked hopefully. Lily smiled brightly. Absolutely. We are friends now, after all. Felix placed a gentle paw on the wolf's shoulder. Remember, kindness is the key to friendship, he said. The wolf smiled for the first time, a genuine warm smile. I'll remember, he promised. As Lily waved goodbye and headed towards her cottage, the forest seemed to hum a peaceful tune. The animals watched from the trees, their hearts touched by the night's events. Felix turned to the wolf. Come, there's someone I'd like you to meet, he said mysteriously. Curious, the wolf followed. They arrived at a clearing where the animals of the forest had gathered, the rabbit from earlier, a wise old owl, and even a family of deer. The rabbit hopped forward. Hello, Mr. Wolf, he said nervously. The wolf smiled gently. Hello, he replied softly. I'm sorry if I've scared you before. The owl hooted thoughtfully. It takes courage to apologize, he observed. Perhaps we can all start anew. The wolf nodded gratefully. I'd like that. Back at her cottage, Lily slipped quietly into her bed just as the morning sun peeked through the curtains. Her grandmother knocked softly on the door. Time to wake up, my dear, she called lovingly. Lily yawned and stretched. Good morning, Grandma, she said cheerfully. Her grandmother smiled warmly. You seem especially happy today, she remarked. I had the most wonderful dream, Lily replied with a twinkle in her eye. Would you like to tell me about it? Her grandmother asked, sitting beside her. Lily nodded eagerly. I met a magical fox named Felix, and we helped a lost rabbit find his way home. Then we made friends with a lonely wolf. Her grandmother listened attentively, her eyes crinkling with affection. What a marvelous adventure, she said softly. And what did you learn from your dream? Lily thought for a moment. That kindness can make a big difference, she said thoughtfully. And that everyone deserves a friend. Her grandmother kissed her forehead gently. Wise lessons indeed, she whispered. You have a very kind heart, Lily. Sighed, the forest echoed with the gentle sounds of newfound friendship. The animals lived in harmony, and the once lonely wolf became a beloved member of their community. As the days turned into weeks, Lily often visited the whispering forest, sharing stories and laughter with her animal friends. Together, they discovered that kindness and friendship could light even the darkest corners of the world. One evening, as the sun cast its golden glow over the village, Lily sat by her window, gazing at the forest. She whispered softly, Thank you, Felix, for showing me the magic of kindness. From afar, a soft breeze rustled the leaves, carrying a gentle whisper back to her. And thank you, Lily, it seemed to say, for having the courage to share your heart. With a peaceful smile, Lily climbed into bed, her eyes growing heavy. The stars twinkled above, and the forest sang a soothing lullaby, wrapping the world in a blanket of tranquility. Good night, she murmured as she drifted into sweet dreams, knowing that kindness would always guide her path. And so, in the whispering forest and beyond, the spirit of friendship blossomed, reminding all who heard the tale that a single act of kindness could change the world.